America's John Deere has gone too far. Farmers are retaliating more forcefully than anyone else anticipated. John Deere served as the foundation for many years of farming, which is a synonym for trust and innovation. Today, that trust is in ruins, limiting repair regulations, soaring expenses, and farmers being shut out of their own equipment has caused a rebellion that has never been witnessed before. What implications does this have for the future? In what way has John Deere's Did Iron Grip backfire? Why is this fight happening? You can subscribe this channel for latest news, since this impacts each and every one of our freedom, our economy, our food. What's going on? How did a business that once stood for innovation and trust, but now trust of the very individuals for whom it was designed, serve for almost 200 years? John Deere was a name that is a byword for superior farming. Established during 1837 by a blacksmith from Vermont, the business unveiled the groundbreaking the steel plow, a device that revolutionized agriculture landscape indefinitely. Prior to the invention of John Deere, farmers found it difficult to plow through dense, sticky soil, frequently sacrificing valuable time and crops to the ineffectiveness of tools made of cast iron or wood. The invention of the steel plow changed everything, making the quicker and simpler procedure, enabling farmers to more easily cultivate greater areas. John Deere expanded over the years, from a tiny business into a multinational behemoth. The business increased the range of products it offered, introducing harvesters, tractors, and additional equipment that became essential to farmers. Middle of the 1900s, John Deere had solidified its standing as a business that recognized and accommodated farmers' needs. Its vivid yellow and green devices weren't simply tools. They represented dependability and confidence. Additionally, the same technology that promised effectiveness had limitations. John Deere started installing proprietary software on its devices, resulting in a restricted environment where only their authorized technicians had access. This implied that even basic fixes, like swapping out a sensor or farmers had to recalibrate a GPS system in order to depend on the services of John Deere. For farmers with been performing repairs on their own machinery for many generations, this was a difficult pill to accept. John Deere provided justification for these limitations by asserting that they were required to safeguard, protect intellectual property, and guarantee security. But farmers had a different perspective. It seemed to them that the business was putting profits ahead of their autonomy. Once a partnership felt as though the relationship was one-sided now, with John Deere in complete control. This increasing discontent has resulted in practical repercussions for farmers and a knock-on effect impact on the entire agriculture sector. The challenges farmers face every day: consider owning a device that you are unable to. How would your livelihood be affected by the fixed equipment failures are not a problem for farmers, simply inconvenient. They can have disastrous consequences. When it's time to plant and harvest, every hour matters. Operations may be delayed by a tractor or combine, endangering the yield of a whole season. Farmers have been impacted by John Deere's restrictive policies, discovered that they were unable to make even simple fixes without consulting the business. Consider the scenario of a malfunctioning GPS receiver. This might appear to be a small problem, but without farmers who don't have a working GPS, lose the accuracy required for harvesting and planting, directing to uneven yields and wasted seed. However, under John, resolving this problem with Deere's system is more difficult. As an alternative to the receiver, farmers have to wait for a certified technician who could require days or even weeks to get there, particularly in rural regions. The cost of the repair is frequently high, putting additional pressure on already narrow profit margins. Even worse, if John Deere believes the unsupported malfunctioning part, farmers have no other option but to buy a completely new system. This may cost thousands of dollars, funds that a large number of small farmers merely lack. For more extensive farming operations, these expenses and delays accumulate. However, smaller farms may find them to be the distinction between continuing to operate a business and turning off. In light of these difficulties, farmers started retaliating in ways that would rock the agricultural sector to its foundation, a breaking point in farmers' frustration. People act when they don't trust someone.